All of us have goals. You have a goal, I have a goal, the people next to you have a goal, whether it's getting in shape, getting that relationship, building up your career, getting up that ladder of your career development, or even if it's just regular projects that we're trying to work on. All of us have certain goals. Now, when we're trying to achieve these goals, it's all about learning and building from where we messed up, where we made a mistake, and building from there. If we're not learning, then we're not growing. We have to make mistakes to learn, to make the strategic adjustments. But how do we make these strategic adjustments? In this video, we're going to discuss on how can we have a clear mindset, and to be able to do so, how and what methods will we need to take. This is a 30-second word with Coach Mike II. Hit that like button, hit that share button with your friends and family, and don't forget to comment and subscribe to this channel. We all should be learning and developing. It's all about a step-by-step process. For one, you don't need to rush the process. Let's stop trying to hurry up and move fast, because a good stew is really brewed slow. It's really brewed nice and slow. If you throw it in the microwave, you're not really going to have the flavor set in. You're not really going to really taste the soup, taste the stew. The same thing with your goals. The same thing with your projects that you have set in place. It's like a piece of the puzzle. You have to piece this puzzle together, but brew the stew slow. Sometimes when we rush, we miss certain steps that's very key important to the building block process of trying to achieve our goals. So it's all about learning and developing. If we're making our mistakes, we have to be learning. We must learn from our mistakes. If we're not learning from our mistakes, guess what you're going to do? Guess what you're going to do? You're going to live that mistake again. And it's going to happen again and again and again and again, over and over. But how do we stop that? How do we stop living the same thing over and over again? Well, we have to learn and develop. And it all starts with our attitude. It all starts on how we approach things. You see, I used to think attitude was a bad thing, right? You have an attitude about something. That mean, whoa, better watch out. This person got a little attitude, better proceed with cautious. The emotional intelligence kicks in, and we're really looking for that fight or flight. The senses, we're on our note. We're really looking for conflict, seeing what's going on, right? But in fact, attitude is not always bad. Attitude, in fact, is good. In fact, you can have a good attitude, or you can have a not so good attitude. It's all up to you. It's all about how you respond to the stress and to the triggers as you go throughout life, the things that you feel, the things that you experience. Because nobody can know the fire that you walk through but you. And so when you're walking through this fire, when you're trying to achieve your goals, sometimes we come up short. But if we change our attitude while we are coming up short, then we can climb out of that slump. We can build our resilience, have some self-regulation with ourselves, being aware of what's going on with our bodies and with ourselves, and be able to push through and achieve our goals, right? So when we are looking for the outcomes that are desirable, what type of outcomes that you desire, we have to have a plan. You must set a plan in place, team. If you're not setting a plan in place, if you're not putting a structure in place, then, as I stated, you're just shooting in the dark, hoping that you make something. No, we have to have a strategic mission, a strategic plan on accomplishing our goals, whether it's getting in better shape, getting in better condition, learning a new topic, learning a new subject, developing our mind, our mental health, our physical well-being, our social well-being, relationship-wise. Whatever you decide in your career is going to take work, is going to take grind, but you have to have a strategic plan in place. And it's all about our attitude. If we take the letters of attitude and we equate the English number to that particular letter, you're going to come up with 100. So whatever you decide to do, team, whatever you decide to do in life, it's dictated 100% by your attitude. 100% by your attitude. And one way to really change your attitude, because sometimes we come into roadblocks, we get across some things. So the very first thing that we need to do is look for the gratitude. I call it the 5-finger attitude of gratitude. When we're down in the slump, we have to focus on looking at the things that are in our power of control. You focus and look for the things that are in your power of control, you can maximize on those things. When you're maximizing on those things, you're one step closer to your goal. You're switching your mindset, you're switching that attitude. Because if you be all honest with yourself, if you tell yourself that you can't do it, guess what? You can't do it. If you tell yourself that I'm out of the game, guess what? You're out of the game. You're already counting yourself out. We can't sit here and count ourselves out. Nobody's coming to save you. So you must learn how to develop a structure, develop a plan, set a strategic plan in place, and learn from your mistakes to be able to get closer to your goal. Our attitude really determines the energy that's released around the goal or objective that you're trying to achieve. Let's say you're trying to achieve a certain objective at work. You're trying to achieve certain goals, certain projects, or if you're trying to get closer in a relationship, that takes work to develop a communication. How does the other person communicate? But in these goals, in these structures, it's going to come about a time where you're going to have roadblocks set in place. And that's life's design. Life is all about learning and throwing you curveballs to see if you can hit that curveball. And if you can't hit that curveball, it's going to bring it back to you again just to see if you're learning on how to hit that curveball. We have to learn. We have to learn. We have to learn. And if our attitude is incorrectly, we're going to relearn the same thing over and over. Matter of fact, we're not learning at all because we're living it over and over and over again. Now it's time for article of the day. Article of the day. Article of the day. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. The article of the day is where we choose a random article on going over what we're talking about today, which is our attitude. The article that I pulled for today, is coming from Leadership Fluent. Leadership Fluent, and it discusses about understanding how attitude reflects leadership in the workplace. And a particular area that I want to look at is the connection between attitude and leadership. And it reads, attitude involves one's mindset and emotions toward a situation, shaping their response and behavior. It is a critical aspect of human interaction in any context. The connection between attitude and leadership is fundamental because traits and characteristics define effectiveness, which in turn plays a pivotal role in guiding and influencing a team. The best leaders can leverage their attitude to communicate a clear vision, motivate individuals, and optimize overall effectiveness. While some traits come naturally, as explained in the trait theory of leadership, leaders can also work on developing strategies and actions to enhance their attitude as described in the behavioral approach. So when we are looking at our attitude team, it's all about clearing that path, clearing that vision so that we can see, so that we can actually lead people. We can't lead people if we're having a bad attitude, if our attitude is not being adjusted accordingly, adjusted correctly so that we can perform or get work done through others. If we're not getting work done through others, then we're not getting work done at all. To be an effective leader, to really, really be an effective leader, it's all about changing our attitude because our energy is wrong. Our attitude, our approach is all out of whack. You're not going to put all of your energy into something if your attitude is not there. You're not going to put all your positive energy into that. And when you're looking for the 5 things of gratitude, when you're searching and maximizing on the things that you can control, what you're searching and what you're doing, you're looking for the things that are positive. You're trying to find the things that are positive out of all this negativity, right? It's being a realist and an optimist at the same time. You're seeing and you're self-aware of what's going on, but you're not being a pessimist about it by being so negative that you're not proceeding or you're not moving forward towards your goal. You have to keep going. You have to keep moving. You have to keep pressing towards the goal. And it's all about our attitude and how we approach it. So if we switch that attitude, the energy that's around our goals is going to say, okay, he's coming home. He's coming home. He's coming. He coming to get the goal. We're going to get the goal. That energy around, and things start to open up for you. Doors start to open up because why? You're looking for the positive. You're not stuck into that negative cloud, that negative atmosphere. You're looking for the positive. You're reaching, you're searching, you're finding, you're diligently looking for the answers to your solution, the answers to your problems, looking for those solutions. We don't have time to sit and dwell on the problem, team. There's no time to sit there and say, I got a problem. Yeah, this is hard. Oh my God, what I'm going to do? Oh no. No, we don't have time for that. We have time to look at the problem, seeing that it is a difficult problem, but make our adjustments in life so that we can create a solution to that problem. Be a solution finder, not a problem dweller. I'm going to say that again. Be a solution finder, but not a problem dweller. Don't sit there and dwell on how hard the task is. Sit there and dwell on how to contemplate and come up with a solution to that particular problem. Because if we choose to steer our attitude in a positive light, team, if we decide to take a time to steer our mind into a positive light, we can then manage our emotions better and find the solutions to our problem. And then you know what will happen after that? Once we achieve our goals, we are one step to mastering ourselves, one step to achieving our highest mark. It's all about trying to get to the highest self within you. Team, if you found this video of value, hit that like button, hit that share button, comment below, and subscribe to this channel if you're new. Remember that self-work is the best work, so we must get the work. Until next time, this is Coach Mike II with a 30-second word. I'll see you in class. Peace.